Back at the seaside. We had
Guess
seagulls
where we
a little
are.
bit earlier, but we're there because we're talking about the fact that Cornwall's got its pasties, Scotland's got its salmon, Melton Mowbray, of course, has pork pies, and now Blackpool is calling for its most famous treat to get protected food status.
Yes, that's because manufacturers of Blackpool rock say they are under threat from cheap Chinese imports, and they're worried their craft could be lost forever. We're joined now by rock maker David Thorp. Morning, David.
Morning. How are you?
We're good. How are you?
Yeah, it's been a busy few days.
We've got some of your rock with you. Let's have a look at it. Very special piece of Blackpool rock. Tell us about this particular piece of rock, why it's so special.
So this one, we made it actually yesterday. On the last boiling of the day, we made this special BBC breakfast bar of rock.
It says BBC breakfast going all the way through it.
Yeah, so we do have to make it at scale to get the letters through. So I've also got about 400 of these sticks at the factory. I only brought in these. I thought 400 might be a little bit too many.
They might be worth something. My goodness, auction them. But you're saying that this manufacturing process might now be under threat. Why? What's happening?
So it's a bit of a dying art. There's only about 30, 35 people in the country that can put the letters through the stick of rock. We've got 3 of them. One's me, one's my dad, and another member of staff. There's only 10 rock factories left now. A couple of years ago, there was more like 18, 20. 8 went in the last couple of years. 2 more are probably going to go this year. We're under a lot of pressure from raw material costs, energy costs, but also Chinese imports. That's something that's new this year. There's always been Chinese confectionery, things that we also sell that is made in China, but this year it's been rock, and that is having a massive impact on all the factories in Blackpool.
Because you go to Blackpool, you still see the rock on sale everywhere. Yeah. You go to other seaside towns and you see it, but you say a lot of that comes from abroad now.
Yeah, it is going to be this year, yeah, and people don't always realise it until they've bought it. It's a lot cheaper because obviously it is made in China at the volumes that they can do, whereas there's 10 factories in Blackpool, and that's rock for the UK. 99% of the rock anywhere in the country is made in these 10 factories.
You've written to your MP, haven't you? What do you need them to do to help?
So we're wanting just some support, really, and for some awareness. I don't think people really know at all times that the rock that they're buying might be Chinese, but we do want to protect the name, either so that a stick of rock can only be made in the UK or Blackpool rock can only be made in Blackpool. We'd like some protection for it because I think it's a bit of cultural heritage. Everyone knows rock at the seaside. It's very traditional, very nostalgic, and we'd hate to see the industry go.
And that protected status that we've talked about with some of those other products that we mentioned, is that the kind of thing that you want?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. It's called a protected destination of origin. So rock would only be allowed to be called rock if it was made in the UK or Blackpool rock or wherever it might be.
Do you think, David, that also maybe one of the problems is that tastes have changed?
Yeah.
So what can you do to kind of keep up with that?
So we're already adapting to that. That's something we've been doing for the last few years, whereas in the past it might have been the traditional mint or aniseed flavour. Now we do bubblegum, candy floss, cola. We do some rock that's pizza flavoured.
Pizza?
Yeah, pizza flavoured, garlic bread flavour. We used to do a couple of years ago.
Rock?
That didn't taste nice.
That didn't taste nice.
It tasted of garlic, which is what we wanted it to, but that wasn't nice. So yeah, we have been changing a lot, but there's some things that we can't control.
Fish and chip flavour?
We do that.
Really?
Yeah, we do that. We do hot chili flavour. All the factories do, not just us. We all have some weird and wonderful flavours.
I wonder whether in this day and age when we're talking about sugar tax and healthy living as well, do you think that makes your attempt to get protected status for something which is effectively sugar less likely? Maybe the government not happy to endorse it? I don't know.
I don't necessarily think so. Everyone knows what rock is made of, and it's not something that everyone's eating every day or every week. They have it once, twice a year when they go on holiday, buy some for their friends. It's not the sort of thing that people are eating every day.
And you say there are only a limited number of people in this country who know how to put the lettering in.
Yep.
Is it a little bit of a dying art now? How do you bring new people in?
Oh, absolutely. It's really hard to train someone up. Normally, it's about 5 or so years. you've got to be really confident with handling the hot toffee. It gets poured out of the pan at about 280, 290 degrees Fahrenheit. So you've got to be confident with handling it when you're actually making the letters up. It's a really difficult skill. It's very easy to put a letter in the wrong place and then you spell something wrong.
Should we check? Should we check us?
I've checked a lot of times.
There we go. It's absolutely perfect. BBC breakfast going all the way through the sticker rock.
It's the right colour as well. It matches the sofa.
Colour. No typos. Perfect. Thank you very much indeed. Just another 399 of these to eat.
Oh, David, we wish you luck.
Thank you very much.
What would you say to people who perhaps haven't had a stick of rock in quite a while because they're looking after their teeth?
Well, we also do sugar-free rock. So that's an option. But what I would say is just try to support the British industry, these 10 factories. We really don't want to see any more close.
We really appreciate your time and we love what you've done with the sticker rock. You're a great salesman. Thank you very much indeed. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, David.